Hi friends, and welcome back to another episode of Mental Health Monday. Woo! So today's topic is all about relationships and their effect on mental health. And not just romantic relationships, but friendships and relationships with family members. So I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, and here's just a quick disclaimer. I guess with talking about this topic, it could be really easy for this to for it to sound like it's about one or two specific people or specific people, but it's not. When I was rehearsing, I did my best to make it sound pretty vague in general. So if anyone thinks this is about them, it's not. It's not about anyone specific. It's just kind of my experiences and things that I've seen that have given me guidance and hope and stuff. So yeah, this video is just very general, so not about anyone, so don't get offended. Okay, bye with the disclaimers. Okay, so I guess relationships have a really big effect on your mental health and how you feel, because when you're in a relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship or a friendship type of thing, you feel really important and you feel valued because someone needs you. And it's really awesome when people need you, and it makes you feel worth something. So in a relationship, let's say if you broke up or your friendship ended due to miscommunications or fighting or anything, it kind of leaves you in a really weird place, because you don't have that person to go to anymore, whether it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, or a friend. You don't have that person anymore, so you're what do I do? You don't have, it feels you don't have anyone to go to for all of your important life happenings that you would tell that person right away. So it leaves you in a weird place, and it can cause bouts of depression, and it can kind of bring on some anxiousness, and it might make you panic about some things, oh my gosh, what do I do? So in my experiences, and I have very limited relationship experience, so just keep that in mind. Whenever I would break up with someone or be broken up with someone, it was always really weird. At first I would be really upset, which I think is natural, and then I think I would just feel numb on the inside for a really long time. And then I would have to relearn how to reprogram myself to adjusting to being by myself again. And I think for me that was the hardest thing. It wasn't it was hard and terrible knowing that I didn't have my significant other person with me anymore, and I didn't want to tell anyone anything. There were a few people I could talk to, and there were some people that I did confide in for stuff, but I didn't really want everyone to know. And it's still, if people ever want to talk about it, I'm really weary about it, because it's really no one's business. So, and another thing, I didn't even want to tell my family. When my family would ask about hold on, someone texted me. When I would talk about it to my family, or they would ask, I'd be don't ask about this person anymore, we're not talking anymore, like, we split up. And I would go cry, and that was like that for months. And granted, this was like a while ago, so it's like I can tell my family, like, oh yeah, we're not talking anymore, like, it's whatever. But still, like, when it first happened, it was really hard, and I was like, I didn't stop crying for like days. And like, I remember like that like 3-month period, like the first 3 months after everything, it was hard to like get up and function properly and be like, oh man, I have so much motivation for life and doing stuff that I love to do, because it was like an adjustment, because I had to get used to spending that time that I used to spend with that person. I had to learn how to do that, like fill up my time alone. And this is like true for every relationship I've ever been in, which is not many, but still, any relationship I've ever been in, even friend relationships, like if we would just like hang out and play video games, or hang out and just like shop or do nothing, like sit at home and like complain about life, and like we weren't friends anymore, either like we didn't talk anymore, or like there's miscommunication, if there was like anything that would happen, because like things happen, like there's a lot of things that could happen with like relationships or friendships ending. So it was just really weird learning how to like deal with that time like alone. Like if I would go over to someone's house like every day and hang out with them for like 2 hours, like I suddenly had 2 more hours of free time that I didn't know what to do with. So there was that. And now like getting back to things with like how it affects you mentally, like when you feel useful to someone, like it makes you feel good, it makes you feel like you're worth something. So then when you break up or your friendship ends, or like whenever the relationship stops existing, like it makes you feel really weird on the inside, and it can cause you to be like really upset. Oh, mailman's here. I'll pause it. Okay, so there's probably school buses in the background. Hope you don't hear them a lot, but this is like midday, so yeah. But getting back to it, being like in any form of relationship and then having it end for whatever reason, like you have to change your routine. You have to like, it's kind of like starting over like a new life. So, and it can be hard because you feel like you do have no one to talk to, but that's not true. You have people that like care about you and that are like willing to help you through whatever. Now, like when I start like relationships or new kinds of friendships, it's kind of like strange, and I don't really like talking about like my like going to therapy, or like the fact that I see like the psychiatrist every now and then, and like I don't like talking about stuff like that. Not because I'm ashamed, because I'm not ashamed about it at all. Like if I'm putting videos up on the internet talking about ending like any kind of discrimination, like I'm not ashamed of it. So, but it's just kind of weird because personally I don't like talking about it like when I first meet someone, because that's not my only character trait. Like I am more than my mental illness says that I am. Like, so that's why I don't really like talking about it. Like if it comes up, yeah, I have no problem talking about it. Will I tell someone right away that at some point I like wasn't really looking to live anymore? Absolutely not. Like that's not something you say when you first meet someone. you should be really, like, I think it's something you should be open about because, like, it's a part of, like, you, but it's not the only part of you. Like, talk about something else first, like cats versus dogs, like McDonald's versus Taco Bell, like, but at some point I think you should have a serious talk because it's a serious subject. I know there's been times where I've gotten, like, some kind of, like, weird, shocked looks from different kinds of people. Like, when I would go, yeah, I have to go, refill my prescriptions. And people would be like, what? You're on those? And, yeah, I'm gonna try and make another video up talking about, like, antidepressants. So you can stay tuned for that. And in the last week's Mental Health Monday, I did talk a little bit about it. So if you want to know my slight knowledge on that, you can check out last week's video. So getting back with relationships, like, they're a huge part of our lives because everything is kind of a relationship, like our relationship with our families, our friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, whatever you call that whole thing. Romantic relationships. And there comes a point when I think you should try and make peace with everything. Like, make peace, like, you don't have to verbally do it or, like, text them, because I'm kind of at the point where I could, like, text someone and be like, hey, sorry for everything, blah, blah, blah. I wish you the best in your life, and, it was great while it lasted. Stuff, like, just trying to make some peace, but, like, being the first person to, like, text people, like, kind of terrifies me, so working up to that. My neighbors are outside right now. The struggle is real. But, anyways, hold on. Sorry, my neighbors were outside and I, like, didn't know if you could hear them in the background, but yeah. So, getting back to it. So, making peace, I think, is important. But, like I was saying before, like, I'm kind of afraid of, like, texting people first, and it's something that I'm working on, so I probably won't do that for a while. And I'm not talking about, like, anything specific, just, like, as a whole, like, texting people first, like, terrifies me. So, but you have to be able to make peace with yourself first. Like, in some of my past, like, friendships or relationships, like, it would take me, like, a year or two to, like, be, like, just be at peace with it. Like, you guys aren't really, like, we're not talking anymore. We're either not friends or, like, there's no hope for a relationship, nothing, whatever. It's, like, fine. And I think when you make peace with yourself, then I can say you're probably truly, like, over it. And not necessarily, like, totally over it, where you're like, give me some new people, woo, but, like, you acknowledge that, like, things happened, and you had your differences with the person or people or whoever, and, you might be on speaking terms, you might not be, but, like, you personally know you're in a better place, like, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and you can just hope that that person is also in a good place. Like, when I see people that I don't really talk to anymore, like, if I see them on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram posting, like, about how, like, their lives are going really well, or, like, they'll post, like, a really cute selfie, like, I'll like it. I'll be like, wow, you look really pretty. Sometimes I comment, like, sometimes I'm just like, they look so cute, and I, like, don't think a comment from me, like, is like as, it will be like mean as much as the like, I guess. I don't know. Social media is a pretty weird thing, but like after you make peace with yourself, then I think you can try and make peace with others. And sometimes they might go for it, sometimes they might not. Like, either way, at least you get your answer, and you know that, like, you've truly, like, come out a stronger person. Like, I'm not gonna say, like, you've come out a better person, too. So that's also a really good thing. So right now, I'm, like, I've been kind of here, like, in this place for a while. Like, I'm, like, at peace with everything that happened between me and, like, either friends or ex people. So, yeah. To finish off this video, relationships, whether they're romantic or friendship relationships, are really awesome. They make you feel really good. And then if they don't end so well, it's definitely an adjustment period, and it could take a while, but there's always someone you can go to talk to, whether it's a different friend, a family member, even like a therapist or like a school counselor. There's like a lot of ways you can go talk to people about it, and like even researching like ideas on like Google can help sometimes. Cause there's been times where I've Google searched how to win your ex-boyfriend back. Like, I'm not ashamed to admit that. Like, I've Googled it multiple times. Didn't like the results that I got, but it was worth a shot. It like made me feel better, like, in that moment. So sometimes even doing like stupid stuff like Googling how to win back your significant other. Jeez, why am I confessing that? Okay. But it is an adjustment process, but as long as you surround yourself with some positivity and you really take some time out for yourself, and while you're readjusting, like, treat yourself a little bit. Don't go overboard. But just doing something nice for yourself every once in a while, that really helps. And just make peace when you feel ready. And I hope that this video helped. If you were at least a little bit entertained, I hope you enjoyed the video. And I will talk to you guys next Monday for the next episode of Mental Health Monday. Woo! Okay, stay safe, stay fabulous, and I will see you next Monday. Woo! Bye!